Okay, we are now recording the November 3rd, 2017 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
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 Like your pumpkin.
And just in time for Thanksgiving. Halloween's over. I actually had someone stop me in the store. I was shopping and they stopped me and they said, "Do you know that they're playing Christmas music?"
Doesn't surprise me.
I said, "Why are you surprised? It's after Halloween." She
It
said,
used to be after Thanksgiving. Now it's like,
"What happened to Thanksgiving?"
They want
That went away a long
2
time.
full months of shopping is what they want you in the mindset of getting gifts for 2 whole months.
And I
always
think
try
it's a
to-
short time
You get so
between
sick.
Thanksgiving and Christmas this year for some
You get
reason.
so sick of Christmas music by that time.
I always try to
What?
avoid the malls during Christmas season. I'm
Mhm.
surprised there hasn't been a terrorist attack, at these malls. We talk about a soft target.
I know. But you know what? I can't
Knock on
resist
something.
Toys R Us. That is my favorite shop to do Christmas time. Although I don't have as many kids as I used to. Although grandkids are coming up.
That used to really stress me out when my nieces and nephews were kids because I never knew what to get. So finally, my sister took pity on me and just gave me, or either give me a list or she bought them for me and just gave me a bill.
Takes the fun out of it.
Here I'm in Toys R Us trying to make a decision. Like, good grief.
But I love Toys R Us. I love playing with the demo stuff that they have and looking at the fun new toys that they have.
Aren't they in bankruptcy?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
They are.
They're reorganizing.
Yeah. Other thing, non-accounting related is this is our fallback weekend.
Oh,
it's
that's right.
savings time Sunday.
Oh, an extra hour of sleep.
So you
All right.
fall back.
So you get an extra hour. Yay.
Yes. So you don't go to church early.
Exactly.
It's safer in the fall than it is. Getting someplace early is okay. Getting someplace late is
There's
Well,
Brandon.
Has 3 services, so I'll just be like at the tail end of the one before.
There's Brandon. You're sporting your summer cut, I can see.
Yep. It is. It's still very warm here. As a matter of fact, my wife and kids got a sunburn yesterday, and they were out playing in the ocean. So,
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
It's
Nice.
mixed snow and rain up in Seattle.
It's
Probably
warm
down-
here.
It's probably down in the 30. I mean, it was like about 70 about a week and a half ago. It's just kind of crazy weather.
It is, I agree. It's still 70 here. What do you got down there,
gorgeous
Sarah?
now.
What are you at, Sarah, temperature-wise?
Ooh, it's been mid-70s to 80, a little over. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
Wow. Larry?
I think it was 60. It must have been more than that. I seen 68, but then I didn't pay any more attention.
Definitely not November-like weather around here.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect for us.
I do want to say that one of the things I did earlier today, just before Seth's hangout, I went to the local school for the business advisory committee that they had.
Yeah.
I went into accounting, and actually I talked a little bit about you, Dennis, but I didn't
really?
say your name. I talked about a CPA that I know that was a history major.
Mine are in French and German.
I didn't say that part, but went into accounting. It is so sad how outdated they are, how old their computers are. The newest computers are running Windows 7.
Good grief.
They're
This is the school. Is this a public school?
yes. So they're running the newest QuickBooks version that they have is 2009.
They can get that from TechSoup for nothing.
Yeah.
I know, it's so disappointing. And I said to them, you know, and they're in agreement. That was why they wanted us to come in to get an outside opinion saying, hey, come on, let's upgrade. And things are moving way faster than what these guys are. And they're in school. They haven't even got out of school yet.
What kind of school, what kind of group is this?
This is public school. This is high school.
Oh, okay.
And they want to teach accounting in the vocational department, but they have no curriculum. You know, what they get from the school is like, they said they teach them retail stuff, how to count money from a cash drawer.
Huh.
That's all they're giving them. So the teachers are creating their own curriculum and trying to get the students up to speed a little bit.
Boy, QuickBooks 101, just bookkeeping 101.
Bookkeeping 101 so that they get an idea.
How to do a file, how to file stuff. Yeah.
They're talking about T accounts and exactly, because they don't want to be QuickBooks centric. They want you to be able to go into any program, not just QuickBooks. QuickBooks, Sage, whatever. You have to understand what's behind the transaction.
Need the puzzle. It's just a puzzle.
Yeah.
When I took my first accounting class about 40 some years ago, they had we had to do practice sets, and it was like calculators had just come out, the handheld, and so we had to do journal entries and then create, journalize them, create a trial balance, and post them to the general ledger and everything by hand. So
yeah, I remember those days.
That's what the kids need from the beginning to build a foundation. So they're not just pulling up a program and plugging in numbers and saying, hey, I'm an accountant.
Right.
I actually had
one side of the entry.
When I worked for WAMU, I got stuck with the subsidiary accounting of this construction company. Everything was by hand. Making everything by hand, and then of course it never balances, and so you're wasting hours trying to find a couple of cents.
Well, they were offering the kids Microsoft certification, Office certification, which I thought was really impressive. However, they are still, what did they say, 2003?
Oh my gosh! They're
not passing. The kids are not passing because they know how to do what they need to do. They can do what they need to do, but they can't find where to do it on the stupid ribbon because it's changed so much since then.
They should be able to find like tutorials and stuff online that are free.
Yeah.
Why they even?
Would you think that Intuit, in a case like that, would they be willing to donate some?
TechSoup, yeah, they do.
Yeah, TechSoup has.
They need teachers and they need the curriculum, and there are no tests for these kids either because there's no curriculum. There's no really good test that means anything.
So is this extra after school?
No,
they gotta give, or do they give them credit? I mean, they can't give them credit.
They do give them credit. They're combining it with computer, believe it or not.
How sneaky is that?
Well, I went to a luncheon, or my accounting luncheon a couple months ago, and they had somebody from North Seattle Community College, and they were teaching desktop. They weren't teaching QBO yet. I was really shocked,
I guess when you think about it, it takes time to create a curriculum. It takes time for all that. And, they gave us a sheet at the end, what do you think we could do? Use current software programs was number 1. Update equipment was number 2. And then they asked me, what can we do in 5 years? Don't wait. So, yeah. Oh, it breaks my heart.
Now, is this like a high school, or is this like
This is a high school. This is a local high school, yeah.
Don't they have state standards?
Something else, to go. That kids that don't want to go to college, but give them something that they can do other than work at a retail store when they get out of school. Trying to do something to prepare them a little bit But yeah, I really felt bad.
They should have you in, Gina, for a couple hours, a couple different
I'd
times.
love to do that. However, I need to eat right now.
Yeah.
You're looking for volunteers, huh?
Yeah, 3 squares a day.
Yeah.
3 squares a day is kind of nice, you know.
You know, I'd love to be able to be a volunteer and have enough money that I could just do that, but I have to work on my business sometime.
Yeah.
So
Every now and then.
yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about that was a big subject that I'm seeing a lot in is health insurance. People's health insurance. Oh my gosh. People are terrified.
Keep your job, man.
$1,000 a month with a $5,000 deductible. And they virtually pay for every doctor visit, every piece of medicine that they get, everything until they reach that $5,000 limit. And they're paying a mortgage payment a month for health insurance.
Yeah.
My health insurance was $1,100 a month before I got married.
Yeah.
That's why we looked.
Well, aren't they trying to, with this new tax reform, trying to put some restrictions on the health insurance? It's kind of a backdoor.
I have no idea. I was wondering about this new health care. I mean, the new tax law. Have they passed it yet, or is it still?
It's just, I mean, the special interests haven't had a chance to throttle it yet.
Tear it up. Yeah, they got to tear it up.
I mean, the mortgage banking industry, the housing industry.
I don't understand. You know what? I think they need to put some stuff in it that they can argue about and then give in.
Right.
Well, they were going to
reducing the mortgage from $1 million to $500. Like in this area, $500,000 house, you're not middle class. But in California or New York and all that, that's middle class.
Right.
Yeah.
Depends on where you are.
Seattle area, I see houses, especially in Seattle City proper, they're $500,000 will get you a dump, you know.
Yeah. Man,
it's something 1930s. Maybe 1,200 square feet if you're lucky.
Believe me, the representatives from Nassau County are fighting it tooth and nail just for that reason. I mean, you know.
Yeah, so I think there's like wiggle room debating in there.
Well, I guess they're going to raise the standard to 24, but they're also going to get rid of the personal exemption. So if you have a lot of kids, you know, it kind of offsets itself, you know.
Well, so it isn't that now I can do a simpler return because it's 24. I don't have to itemize. You don't even get it. You don't even get it.
From what I understand, part of the trade-off is you don't get the personal exemptions. The exemptions is my understanding. You know, at least that's what I've heard. So they kind of
now you get personal. Well, the
standard's around $9,000 it's about $10,000, $11,000 for married filing jointly now. No, it's on 12 now. It keeps going up, but supposedly that reason that the real estate agents are unhappy is because a lot of people they kind of bake in the value of the price is baked into the value with the deduction, you know. So if you don't get the deduction, then potentially could reduce the value of the houses, you know.
Drops.
Right.
The real estate agents don't like.
Yeah.
And
but
so,
did you buy a house so you can get your mortgage deduction?
I didn't. I bought it so I have.
You bought a house so you buy a house. I mean, because you want to buy a house.
You buy a house so you have a
for
place to
tax
live.
deduction.
Right. In some cases, you'd be better off renting. You know, in some cases.
I think they're talking about doing away with the deduction for state taxes too.
Yeah, that state taxes and
Now
interest.
that is a big deal.
Yeah.
That is a big deal.
Yep. So a high tax state like New York.
California or
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
So don't you think that stuff's gonna be put back? You know, be thrown out.
well, the problem is that they have to pay for some of these tax cuts,
Yeah.
and they were going to limit the 401k deductions to like 2,400, which
yeah,
I'm sure Wall Street would be screaming their heads about. You know? And the problem is
donations.
every time you try to deduct, restrict something, you're goring someone's ox,
Right.
Well, I don't mind them like raising the minimum and then or standard deduction and then getting rid of all those little. We've got so many credits and this and that. And they could just simplify it.
They're also talking about getting rid of the medical deduction.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're so high.
Can you imagine? But wouldn't that be rare though? Because you still have to meet the 2% floor.
No, it's basically right now it's 10%. There's a 10% AGI threshold on medical.
Oh, is it 10?
Yeah, it was 7.5.
There are people that can just pay insurance premiums and reach that. Sadly.
Yeah, but those aren't deductible.
I mean, it's basically you get the difference between what you paid and the floor.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. I mean, you'd have to really be.
You'd have to almost be
and have lots of medical bills and actually paying those medical bills.
Right.
Well, all that'll do if they take away medical is more people will go bankrupt.
Yeah.
But they have to pay the medical bills anyway in order to get the deduction. You're saying that they use the taxes to offset their medical bills?
I mean, in essence, it's not necessarily a great deduction because then you get thrown into comparing the itemized deductions to the standard.
Yeah.
And
see, so I don't think that is as. I mean, it makes for really bad headlines, but
yeah, it does.
It's been a really big deduction anyway.
I don't care how many people die.
I mean, as a practical matter, most people can't take it unless they're really sick.
Yeah, really sick, no insurance, and have the cash to pay for it in order to get the deduction.
Yeah.
Who was that representative? I think he was from Georgia. He said if you're kind of really sick, you should just hurry up and die.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, I remember that. Was that Ryan by any chance?
No, I think he was from Georgia or something. Or maybe Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, put it on another stick.
Oh, that's funny.
Whack jobs everywhere.
What they really need to do is put in a two-time limit for these guys.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
I would agree. Yep. Don't make it a permanent position where you can.
States. If 34 states pass resolutions, we can get a new constitutional convention. The founders wrote that right in.
But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states right here.
Yeah, we do. I bet California would love to have one. Oh my God.
The way things are going in the country right now, I can't imagine what the new constitution
Yeah, that's what I'm
would look like.
thinking. Yeah, it'd be pretty scary.
Very interesting.
Mark got out of the shower this morning, and he came out of the bathroom because I was laughing hysterically because I read the thing about how a disgruntled Twitter employee on his last day of work.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yes.
And the Twitterverse went crazy. And so I'm laughing hysterically. I think that's the funniest thing I've ever
Well, I'm surprised.
Somebody said, well, if they had the power to nuke it, they had the power to go in there and they could have tweeted the bombs are coming to North Korea, or they could have tweeted.
That's true.
You think about how powerful Twitter is right now.
Right.
Could have started World War III.
I'm surprised it hasn't been hacked.
Stock, trashed a company's stock. They could have done anything. And I mean, we need to wake up.
I'm surprised his account hasn't been hacked yet. I mean, can you imagine the mischief could be caused if somebody
That's
hacked
what I'm
his?
saying.
Yeah.
This social media platform is dangerous.
Yeah, well, people listen to it and they think it's the truth.
Right.
Really?
Because
That's
if he
the
does
scary
get hacked,
part.
are we going to know it's him? He's so wacky that how are you going to tell the difference?
Exactly.
You really can't tell.
So there goes Trump again.
But you know what this is? I mean, regardless what party you belong in or whatever, this really shows how much corruption has really crept into
Yeah,
all these areas of government. It's really,
Everywhere.
really is.
absolutely.
I don't trust
Really
it
sad.
anymore.
Yep. Not a lot.
Headlines. You can't trust headlines. You can't trust. Sometimes you just have to turn it all off. Go watch the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
That's our new deal now.
Did you ever watch Frasier on the Hallmark?
Benign. Nobody dies. Even the if somebody steals a boyfriend or a girlfriend, the party that they break up with is still a decent, nice person. I mean, it's just.
Do you guys have MeTV in your areas? Do you know what that
What
is?
is it?
MeTV.
Oh.
It's basically like Leave It to Beaver and Perry Mason and all these series.
Okay.
And so if you want to see whenever I want to see what it was like back in the 50s, just go watch Leave It to Beaver and Perry Mason and
Like METV?
METV, MeTV.
Oh, I wonder if it's on cable. I
Oh,
don't
it
watch
is.
TV
It is.
enough to
It
know
is
what's on
cable.
there.
Yeah.
I'll have to look.
I
Oh
don't
yeah, because
watch Jeopardy. That's it.
Jeopardy. There you go.
That's it. I have a little alarm that goes off at 5:07, and wherever I am, I say, "Oh, that's my Jeopardy."
Time for Jeopardy. When my dad was in the Alzheimer's unit, he was in it like 8 years. That man would come and go, but Jeopardy's on. And I tell you what, he would just go. Unless it was like current events or something, or celebrities or something. It was history or authors or
It's
literature.
right on.
Boom, boom, boom. And you're just like, we could be rich. And then you turn around and I don't even know who you are. I'm like,
Right.
those are fun times. Those are fun times to do. Jeopardy means a lot to me.
Something to look forward to.
What's funny is when they have the celebrity Jeopardy,
Yeah.
and they have like a lot of the news anchors or big time news reporters. One of them was that guy Anderson. Is it Anderson Cooper or what's his name?
Ooh, our silver-headed fox. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that was interesting is they didn't know any of the answers, and I couldn't believe that. I mean,
That's scary.
I always think of the people that are doing that as being like really bright, but they didn't. They
Or well-read.
It was fun to watch.
So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Talk to Brandon. Brandon now is up and running with Big Commerce. You want to talk about it?
Big Commerce. Big Commerce, if you're not aware, is an e-commerce platform. It's hosted, and we switched over there. So what prompted my switch was I was looking at other people that are closely resemble my industry. So QuickBooks, IRP, sales, and that's what some of the multi-million-dollar producers are using. I thought, well,
What's it called?
Big Commerce.
Big
BIG.
Commerce.
Big
Commerce.
and big.
Oh, I have that on my spreadsheet. I'll go look it up.
Yeah, so it's not that expensive. It's the hardest part for me was just getting used to the platform. I'm familiar with HTML, somewhat familiar with scripting, but most of this is just it's already put together. There is some HTML in the background. It's kind of based off CSS, if you're familiar with that, but it's really just a different platform. It's not hard. It's just getting familiar with it. It does integrate with QuickBooks, QuickBooks Payments anyway, and you can use WebGility to get it over into QuickBooks if you want to. I'm not doing enough sales through the platform yet to warrant that, but anyway, I know the top producer in the IRP. That's what she's using, and they say to find the people that are doing as good or better than you and emulate them. So if it's working for them, I decided to go with it. So I did have to, I paid for a template and had it customized, but that's where we're at. I've still got some adjustments to make and some pages to fix, but that's what we're doing with the e-commerce website.
So what was your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge, I think, is getting all of the products and pricing and understanding how it works. So getting all the products in there with the pricing. My daughter is looking at me strange right here, has done a large majority of the work, and she just wanted some kudos to her. So I give her kudos for doing a lot of that. But
Kylie was the one that actually did it, huh?
Yes, she's done a large majority of it, and keeping the prices updated. But just trying to get the feel for, hey, if you make changes on the back end, what's it going to look like on the front end? There's almost too many options to figure out. So once you get the options figured out, then it's not so hard. But what bells and whistles you want in there without it being overpowering.
Well, we have a smart sheet in the SBAA workspace and smart sheets in the apps comparative section for digital downloads and e-commerce. And I didn't have big commerce on my spreadsheet. So I'm going to add my commerce, which is the old digital river, but I didn't have. I will do that.
Awesome.
I'm curious, is anybody else using an e-commerce platform?
Yeah, I use Volusion, and I'm in the process of coding a licensing back end to my PBX. So I did this massive spreadsheet of all the e-commerce and a massive spreadsheet of all the software licensing services because I didn't want to make a wrong move. And I think right now I can stay with Volusion temporarily. But it's amazing when you start lining them up and all the features that they have, and this one will have it, and this one won't have it, and this one you have to pay per transaction, and this one you did. This one you have to pay $50 to hook it up to payments. You know, I mean it's so I'm glad to have another one for the list.
This morning, Seth was speaking highly of WooCommerce.
Right, and that's one that it's a WordPress thing, and it's a plugin, and so that was one of the ones where if you wanted affiliates, $100 a set. It's an add-on. Everything's added on. So $100 for the affiliate, $129 for the key codes for the licenses. All it is an add-on to your WordPress. Merchant account, no, you have to have your own merchant account. $79 for authorized.net, $50 for a gateway. PayPal Express, $70 or $80. I mean, I started looking at everything that it didn't do and how about they nickeled and dimed you for every single feature, and I didn't even put it on my list.
Yeah, right.
Because so many of these other products, oh my gosh, for one fee you get drag and drop. And I mean, it's just nice. So it's scary to have to make a decision.
Because you're stuck with it. And
because you invest a lot of time. It isn't so much the money, it's the time and the false starts that, you know.
How long did it take you to get completely set up, Brandon?
Oh, shoot. A long time. So we started paying for it long before we ever switched, just trying to get our arms around it. So we probably 6 months now.
And then you had somebody put it on your website?
Well, once I had the template built and we got the products in, I finally I went ahead and registered a fake domain name just so I could see what it would look like, and so that took another probably 30 days. But also keep in mind, I'm trying to do our daily business and keep everything else going while we're trying to do this.
You mean that billable stuff? You have to like stop and do billable stuff? Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, like Gina said, eat.
I like to eat.
Well, this is like our time of the year to do those chores, And the more January's creeping up on us, the more I'm going home. Because once January hits, all those little projects
Go away. Yep.
Go away. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So yeah, I probably start to finish today, I would say, without looking at the date specific, close to 6 months.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Well, that's what I told my programmer. I said, it's costing me a fortune to rewrite TBX. I think I've made a decision on what licensing to do. Please don't make me change my shopping cart, my payment processor, my website, an affiliate program. Right now, because I only have one product, I can add up to 10 or something. I'm paying $23 a month and it's done. If you go to tools.asbinc.net, that's $23 a month. Has a full affiliate program, shopping cart, website, everything. I mean,
Wow.
and I'm just like, we're going to make this work.
Right.
Yeah.
So
We've got an affiliate program on the site. I've not implemented it yet. I was actually considering, and I've not said it out loud, but changing at least part of it and making it an ASG website and using the affiliate codes for that way everybody doesn't have to go if they want to sell the products without building out an e-commerce platform for the ASG reps.
that's a good idea.
I'm considering that. I don't know what that would look like yet. Sounds like a lot of work, but yeah, I think it could pay off. I think it would be a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I never had an affiliate program because $100 product. I'm gonna give you $5, but $20, even $20, then nah. But Hector said it's too cheap, double the price, set up an affiliate program, have coupons. I just knocked my camera. And once I'm totally done, then I'll work with him on doing a webinar.
Well, speaking of,
It's got to be worth their while.
Right.
speaking of webinars, Sarah,
Oh yeah.
you want to give us a discount code.
Yeah. Let me see. All right.
I
Seth
want the discount code, but I'm driving. I need it someplace where I can get my hand on it.
You want me to put it on the
Chat, and then, yeah, I'll put it in the group.
put it in the
Okay,
group?
great.
Okay. All right. Hector started a Facebook page just for making videos. Okay.
Mickey. Yep.
And buddied up with Seth. Well, Seth has had this webinar, 2-hour webinar that he sells for $247. He's had it for over a year. It's with the newest version. And I've been waffling over the 247.
And this is for Camtasia. This is a
Oh, I'm
webinar.
sorry, for Camtasia. It's a Camtasia training video. Okay.
Right.
So he and Hector are doing a webinar on December 1st, right after his morning deal. So at noon. And it costs $250 to be part of this webinar. Okay. And it's a 2-hour webinar with Seth and Hector. Until November 14th, he's given $100 off. So $150. Then, as an incentive, he's throwing in that other webinar.
The Camtasia.
The Camtasia.
Two
Yeah.
webinars for $150.
2 2-hour webinars for $150. I said, sign me up.
Will we have any further access to the replays after that? Or yeah,
Yeah, I downloaded it. As a matter of fact, as soon as I paid, I was able to download it. Now I've got it. So I'm going to do it this
Got
week.
it.
The one that I've wanted.
Okay.
So I just
Good.
got a $247 webinar that I wanted anyway, $150, and I get to join them on the 2nd. So,
Right. You get 2 for the price of 1. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
All right, there's the coupon, the $100 coupon. And it's on his website. I guess I could do a link to the.
Is it videomarketing.com?
No, this is a coupon code. Video marketing for ACCTS accountants. It's all one word.
And to get to the webinar, you go to Seth's.
Yeah, it's nerdenterprises.com. Blah, 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 blah.
Or Hector. Does Hector have it on his?
Accounts.
I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I thought I would share.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay.
I thought it was a deal.
Good way to get some pointers creating videos.
Yeah.
Well, I bought Camtasia. I've never used it. I spent $300 and something for it. And then my plan is like, well, I got to think it comes with little training videos, and I could go to YouTube, and I just figured out but you know what? Sitting down with somebody who knows what he's doing, powering it through with them. That's what I need to do.
And then you have it, and you can replay it and go back and get those areas that you need. Oh, yeah, right.
Yes, exactly. Big commerce. All right. So I'm still finishing my big commerce thing. All right. So, okay. Wouldn't give me my browser. All right. So Nerd Enterprises checkout. Okay, here it is. Return to shop. Okay. It is, so it's nerdenterprises.com. And if you go to his, he sorts it. Let's see, probably, webinars. Go to webinars, I bet. Any day now, people. Okay. If you go to his webinars, the very first one says Intro to Video Marketing for Accounting Pros, and that's the webinar in December.
Just copy the URL where you're at now.
Yeah, so I'm going to click on that. Let me go right to
put it in chat, and I'll put it up.
All right, so how about that?
Perfect. Thank you, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Switching gears again, I want to go to Larry and talk about his laptop. Figured out his problem.
Oh, wow.
Boy, that was some digging, I tell you. Between Google is your friend, and I went to Intuit support a couple of times. Actually, 3 times. But when the guy called me back at least a couple times, I wasn't here when he called back, so it was kind of like,
So your problem and your fix was?
The problem was all of a sudden, and the funny thing is, it seemed like it happened just as I got the fall update for Windows 10. And just shortly after that, my QuickBooks wouldn't come up, no matter which version, whether it was 2016, 2017, 2018. I had even previously downloaded 2018 Enterprise, and just hadn't had any time to fool around with it. And went to bring it up, and I get this error message. Error code 33. What was it?
Somebody, you're talking on Facebook. Oh, that's what you pasted this morning in the chat.
Yeah, 3371 was the error code. And I said, wow, what in the world? But I've been having a lot of trouble with this. I don't know if it's a hard drive or what it is. I pretty much made up my mind. I'll probably wait till after Thanksgiving I'll probably get the IT guy in. I want to put in a little faster hard drive, like a hybrid job, and have him do the formatting and everything so it's set up nice. It's been quite a few years since I did any of that, but anyway, with my hard drive, I still have some problems. I can't print to the printer. It's been a real dog. Anyway, yeah, I came up with this error, and I said, what in the world? So called support, this, that, the other thing. Removed the program completely from the computer, deleted the programs, reinstall them, same thing. It come up with the error code. Anyway, with all the research, I found out there's a little file in there that gives you your rights, your license rights.
Yeah.
And it's buried down in there, but the trick was just to remove the one that was there because it gets damaged by, they claim it's the antivirus that damages it. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but anyway.
It got corrupt. Whatever reason it did, it got corrupted.
So you remove it, and then you reinstall the software, and it brings all those files back.
So what are you reinstalling?
QuickBooks. Yeah. QuickBooks.
Desktop. Yeah.
So did you have to restore or uninstall and reinstall all of the QuickBooks?
I don't know if I had to or not. I did. That was part of my initial troubleshooting to remove those. I did all kinds of things, believe me. But when in my research, I came across this, and where I came across it, the best information I got was when you go to the Intuit support site, and instead of making the chat or the call to support, there's an area there, it's like a blog where other people have had, and you can search on there for, if you happen to have an error code, you can search on there and find out what other people have had to say about it. And there's like, half a dozen different folks there that had a similar error code, and they had different, there was different responses for the fix, but the one I came across that made the most sense, I tried, and bingo, it worked.
Wow. So, wow. So even then it was a guessing game for you.
Oh.
It was until it worked, and then I said, oh, okay, now it makes sense. So,
Well,
but it's buried in there. It's the entitlement data store .ecml file.
wow.
And it's it's buried in there. But if you go to the Intuit support site to do the troubleshooting, you'll find the information there, and it's very helpful. It was more helpful than some of the folks I talked to. So I don't want to say bad things. I'm just
I hear you.
Okay, I just put in the chat the community. Is that the site that you went to, Larry?
I believe so, yes.
Even though it says online, part of the name in there does say online.
Well, the strange thing,
find desktop results in there too.
Some of the folks had the same error code with online,
Wow.
and there was a couple with desktop. So Now,
That's-
whether they knew what they were talking about, I don't know. But
That
you
is
know.
so unusual to have both. I mean, I would think that they would work differently.
Right. You know, it's like you can see where the person that had the problem sent the chat in or whatever you want to call it, the question mark, and then you could see the answer that they got back. And I suppose they're getting answers back from the Intuit text. So
Or
different,
other people.
possibly. So different texts had different solutions, but
The
that's the one.
the old support site has been discontinued.
Okay.
And this is what they give you. Because I got an error when I tried to update my desktop 2018. There's a
Yeah.
new update that's come down. And this is an error that I've never seen before. Usually if it doesn't do the update, it'll roll back and you can, restart your program as if you had never updated.
Yeah.
This came back and said, your QuickBooks won't be able to open. You have to install this Microsoft file, blah, blah, blah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no. So I, rolled it back and fortunately I was fine.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So
I
will
think
wait.
it's just my sense of it. But I think this business of upgrading. See, originally I had Windows 7 Professional on the machine, and then through
Yeah.
it was either 2 or 3 iterations, it upgraded to Windows 10.
Yeah. You all do is clean install.
Yeah. So yeah, from now on, I've learned my lesson. You just definitely need a good clean hard drive and a clean install.
Waiting. We're about to get another round of computers because I've really nursed these for a long time. So, and we're going to go to laptops this time. And so everything from their version of Office, 365 now, and Windows 10. But see, they all have it at home. They've got Windows 10 at home. So it isn't going to be that big of a deal. But I was just waiting to add in new machines. It's so labor intensive to, and then like I said, you bump into it. So, now
And then we still have the schools that are using Windows 7.
I'm thinking to myself too, next time around, whenever that is, I don't think I'm going to go for the desktop. I think I'm going to go for a laptop that has enough power to drive a very large display, a monitor, and just have one large monitor and then have all the screens on it.
Right. We're going to do a docking station so they won't even know they're on their laptop when they're at work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're on your own server too, so.
Yeah. So one of my hangups was like, how do I do QBox? So I found out that as long as they log in at work with their regular login and they're on my server, it'll be the server QBox. But if they take the laptop home or the hospital or whatever, they need to log into the laptop with another username.
Right.
It's going to have its own QBox.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, because when they log in with you, they're on your network.
Yes.
Yeah. Their normal logins are their desktop and all that. It's all the rights to the server and everything.
But you won't have the multi-user function if they are home on their laptop. They'll have to.
No, but we all work on our own clients. So
really rare that someone else would need to
really
be
rare unless I'm reviewing and
even then you can go in and look.
When you can always call somebody on the phone and say, hey, I need to
get out of the file.
The old-fashioned kind of communication.
Exactly. Hey. You're like this.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I lost a client this week. I was very disappointed.
The good or bad?
Well, for me, but not for them. The reason I lost them was because they're expanding and they've done so well that they need more than just, and you know, you got to say congratulations and wish them well, and you know,
Write me a review.
And you know, part of the reason they were so successful was because you did a good job and you were a good setup and everything for them.
That's what happens when you do your job well. You know, you have to be prepared for that. So, but it was nice working with them, and really, honestly, it is nice seeing someone be that successful.
Yes, it is.
So, but that means that the client that I was going to fire,
You might hold on to him a little bit longer.
I might want to hold on to him a little bit longer, but I don't know, because he came back to me and said, we need to lower our price.
Oh.
So I'm back to, you know what, I think December is my last month for them too.
No, that's how it goes. Well, everybody's trying to negotiate, and you can just say, you know, I wish I could, but if I did, I really wouldn't be able to stay in business. So.
Well, yeah, he's already at the lowest level, and there are some things. It's more that I don't get the information when I need it than it is anything else.
I know. And that's worth a lot of money.
It is, and that's what the problem is. It takes twice as long to do what needs to be done because I don't get the information. You know, if he gave me what I needed in a timely manner, I might consider it, but not with the way things are.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I always help clients that feel that my price is too high to find somebody who doesn't charge that much.
Go ahead.
You know, you can, where I live, you can actually find people that will help you with QuickBooks Online for $50 an hour. And I'm
Right.
So.
And in my instance, I'm not even sure that I want to recommend him to those kind of people, because he doesn't give the information, and it'll be more of a mess.
You don't have an enemy you want to give them to?
I always say the most expensive bookkeepers are the ones that charge the least per hour.
Pick Pro Advisor. I always give them a little bit of a warning, you know. So.
Well, when I'm vetting a client, you know, people call me, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Works both ways. You're vetting me, I'm vetting you.
Exactly. I've had to say that I haven't accepted this job yet.
Right.
But like I said earlier, I like to eat.
Not sleep out in the rain.
And not sleep out in the rain. Exactly.
I like to put a new roof on my house when I need to, or at least within a year or two after that.
Boy, there's an expensive job.
Yeah.
Roof and AC. Oh.
Say, Sarah, did you see that chat I sent you? About that smart sheet add-in for Gmail?
No. Oh yeah, but see, I use Outlook.
Oh,
I see. I got the spam.
I thought maybe you used Gmail or thinking of going to it.
No, I was thinking about it, but my husband had a meltdown.
Uh-oh.
Well, I think if I put anything else on his plate, computer-wise or anything, between his work and everything, he just went, I knew Microsoft.
Yeah.
You're on your own. You're on your own. If you switch, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So.
I don't know what it is going to be the tipping point.
I just noticed that the Gmail, there are more add-ons to all these little apps and stuff like that. Microsoft doesn't play. Microsoft
Well, with anyone else.
proprietary, right? So they don't like to play with anybody else. So, you know, when you go to save a file in some sort of app or in your phone or something, and the first one on the list, Dropbox, Box, you know, then they may start going, but maybe share a file, rarely. But OneDrive?
Never. That's right. That's right.
He's like, we can do everything in OneDrive. I'm like, I don't see OneDrive like I do. So.
Oh, hold on. I think I got somebody to pay the rent.
Uh-oh. Let me mute Linda. Okay, we are almost out of time.
It's dark.
I know, right? Don't forget to fall back. on
That's right.
Sunday.
Next week it will be dark.
Extra
That's
hour
right.
sleep.
Ada's webinar next Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Google
$25.
Google Forms and Awesome Table. Learning how to take the results from Google Forms and publish it, and you can publish a directory.
Wow.
That might be worth
Awesome
$25.
Table. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
I got the notice in the mail for jury duty. Can you imagine they go back on Thursday, right? I can't believe it.
Wow.
They break up the week with one day for Thanksgiving, and then
They come back on Friday?
they come back.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know what? That might be a good week because the judges don't want to work and stuff.
So hopefully you'll have an early day. Yeah.
Well, is it like here where you can go online or whatever the night before and see whether you even have to drive downtown or not?
Yes, you have to call. There's a certain number that you call after a certain time,
Right.
and then you got to see if you're on that. They
Right.
give some kind of a code.
Jury duty.
That might be a good week. That might be a real good
As a matter of fact, I would guess they'll settle that one right out.
Let's hope so. I hope it's not some terrible. They've been having a lot of trouble around here. The M13 gangs and all that stuff. Holy cow! They're finding dead people in the parks and
Get some triple homicide or something.
Oh
You have
man!
that same trouble here.
Wow.
Close
Yeah.
Savannah. We have gang war. There's just broad daylight in front of a cop car.
Wow.
A festival with hundreds of cameras.
Wow.
Church shooting. I'm like, do you honestly think you're gonna get away?
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care. They're young. They got pissed off. Somebody dissed my cousin or something, and bam, bam, bam. So
Yeah. It's kind of silly to say this in some ways, but if you don't believe in God and you believe we're just monkeys in that, what difference does it make?
yeah.
Well, I believe in God. I wouldn't do that. But I mean, these people are evil, boy, evil.
Capital E. Exactly.
Reason to live.
It's a lack of comprehending humanity.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't connect the humanity that it's a human being. They just so. Anyway, oh well.
Alrighty, everyone. Anything else we want to talk about before we sign off?
Time's up. Just pray to learn QBO. I'm certified, but man, I mean, just adding a new account to the chart of accounts, they make it so complicated. It's not just an expense or another expense. There's all these different categories.
Yes, they do. QBO does do it different
And it
than.
defaults to something dumb, and you get
Yeah.
well. My thing is, why isn't it a disbursement? Because a lot of the stuff has nothing to do with expenses.
I know.
Well, it depends on what kind of company that you have, because I have a nonprofit company and they are called disbursements.
Yeah, see, disbursements make sense to me because you're dispersing funds. But to call all disbursements an expense, all right.
Right.
So right off the bat, people are confused, or they don't know they're confused.
Hey, I got a quick dumb question.
Okay.
If you get certified for QuickBooks Online, let's say in November, and then next year, just because of time constraints or whatever, you want to go ahead and renew your certification in October, can you do that?
No, they actually, didn't you take the little survey that Stacy did?
No.
Okay, they're coming up with a plan that there will be, and it's a little bit odd, that there'll be a new test every year. And a new test, you have to get certified by, like, I think November or something every year. But then the following year, the new test will come available, I think like April 1st or May 1st. And people were saying like, well, why would you want it to be available April 1st? People are going to be busy with taxes, which you will be, and they were going to say you could get certified between April and July or something. And it's like, no. But they're going to make it be a little bit more like desktop. There'll be because what happens is with online changing all the time, they can't write a test that isn't, that stays.
They have to I've noticed that with the online test. Well, since they've upgraded, this is not how you do it, but you used to do it this way. So what's the right answer,
But before they implement that, right now you have to wait to your expiration date to take the new test, I think.
I never got certified for QuickBooks Online yet.
Well,
and I think I'm going to wait till next year now. Anyway.
But once you're certified, Larry, you're certified for 1 full year.
Yeah, I understand that, but I just wondered if you're allowed to take the test early. I know you can't take it later, but I wonder if they let you take it earlier. But that probably sets your even if they did, that would set you back. Then the following year, you'd have to take it.
Well, no, I think
set your expiration date. That's the question.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would actually take it, and then my expiration date would be 365 days after I passed it.
And then you don't have to worry about it.
Well, then his worry is, then it may not be convenient next year at that particular time.
That's right.
Well, figure out now what'll be convenient next year, but they're going to change it anyway, so it doesn't much matter what you do. And working in so you won't lose your certification over 1 or 2 months.
Yeah. This time of the year, I'm sure you get busier too, right, Linda? This time of the year for cleaning up folks for the end of the year.
Try to get busier right now, because what I try to do is I start to set up new data files that people will start to use January 1st.
Okay.
It's hard to do this time of year, though, because people are so not interested. They're doing Thanksgiving, they're doing Christmas.
That's why I'm not usually that busy. Although I have a consultation tonight at 7:30 for somebody, and this new client I got, that's 3 data files.
Nice.
And I gave her a $1,000 package to set up the first data file. And I said, I'm not going to give you a price on the other 2 yet, because we'll see how it goes, and we'll see, maybe the other 2 can be cheaper because we'll all be more experienced,
Right.
So let's just hold off on the others. But I've got 2 more coming, and that's 3 of my 5 QBO files.
Nice.
So, and I got a couple more calls to people I have to consult with to see if I'm going to take them or not.
Awesome.
Good.
So.
All right, I'm hungry.
All right, guys. See y'all next week,
Okay.
same time, same place.
I'll have my little customer survey ready on Google Forms.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, have a nice weekend.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.